of Galatians 2:20, it correlates with, I believe, Romans 6:11 that says to reckon yourself dead, therefore. I believe Romans 6:10 says that it was actually the law that legally put us to death, which is very cool. So the whole premise of everything wasn't like an incidental, like you might want to do this. The fact that no man, woman, or child could ever keep the law without the strength and faith of Christ, this living spirit inside you, what that means is God used the law, and this would be why in Romans it says that the law was it was perfect and complete in every way. And a lot of times we don't realize that the greatest aspect that the Ten Commandments had for us as believers, born again, spirit-filled believers, is that the law legally put us to death so that we could be born again. That's how we come to life. That's a legal parameter that we were put in. And so this idea of reckoning ourselves, you have a title on the board today, that's the title of today's message, Reckoning in the Ledger of Death. And I said it, and I put it that way because there's a little bit of a play on words in the title. Reckoning in the ledger is implying something that we briefly touched on the other night, and that was the word reckoning is an accounting term. And when we talk about reckoning ourselves dead to sin is what Romans 6:11 specifically says. To reckon yourself dead to sin, it must be looked at by us as a term of accounting. Now, for the person that, loves the treasures of the word, number one, I have the definition on another slide. We're getting there. I want to let you know, for the people that love this about the Greek language, the word reckoning is a mahi word, which means that it began long before creation existed, and it has its valid operation in us today, but it also is meant to work in us for all eternity as well. But the idea that reckoning is an accounting term means that I would like to suggest to you something along the lines of what an accounting term does. I got to stop for a second, you can't. One of the things about God and the way that He operates is, to be clear, anything that God calls you to give up, He has something greater. This death process that He accomplished for you, to say that I have been crucified with Christ, means that we were in Christ on the cross when He went to the cross, so that death could be accomplished not just by the legal parameters of the written law, but He would do that in His own body. Every believer was in Christ, so that you could follow suit with other things that Romans 6 says, that you went symbolically to the grave with Christ. And when you came out of the baptismal water, you were resurrected with Christ. All that to say that God doesn't leave us high and dry. Reckoning ourselves dead is so that we can live a new life.